The moment I stopped turning compost piles, my soil got richer, darker, and more alive than it ever was before. Compost piles demand constant management. They need turning, balancing of greens and browns, moisture control, and months of patience. Even when done correctly, much of the nutrition is lost as heat and gas during decomposition. The pile works hard, but the soil receives the leftovers. That is the opposite of how nature operates. In healthy ecosystems, organic matter breaks down exactly where plants grow. Nothing is transported, flipped, or micromanaged. Soil organisms do the work in place at their own pace, preserving nutrients instead of burning them off. The method is surface feeding with layered organic matter, often called no-dig or sheet feeding. Instead of composting first and applying later, organic materials are placed directly on the soil surface and allowed to break down naturally. Worms, fungi, and microbes pull nutrients downward where roots can access them. This is not neglect. It is alignment with how soil actually functions. Soil life thrives on fresh inputs. Bacteria feed on sugars. Fungi feed on cellulose and lignin. Worms feed on softened plant matter and microbes themselves. Compost delays this process by pre-digesting everything in a pile. By the time it reaches soil, much of the biological energy is already gone. Fresh materials ignite soil activity immediately. Kitchen scraps, garden trimmings, dried leaves, straw, cardboard and wood chips all break down beautifully when layered correctly. Cardboard suppresses weeds and holds moisture. Straw regulates temperature and feeds fungi. Kitchen scraps feed worms quickly when covered. Nothing needs shredding or mixing. Start with soil. Lay down plain cardboard directly on the surface, overlapping edges to block light. Wet it thoroughly so it molds to the ground. Add a layer of green material like kitchen scraps or fresh weeds. Cover that with dry material such as straw, leaves or wood chips. Finish with a light watering. That is it. No turning. No waiting months before planting. Worms migrate toward food and moisture. Cardboard holds moisture. Fresh organic matter feeds microbes. Microbes attract worms. Within days, worm activity increases dramatically under the surface. Their castings improve soil structure, nutrient availability, and water retention far better than finished compost ever could. Worms do not care about piles. They care about conditions. Compost spreads nutrients evenly, but, only shallowly. Surface-fed organic matter releases nutrients slowly and continuously right at root depth. This creates a steady flow instead of those big nutrient spikes. Plants grow stronger because, they're not being force-fed. This is why growth looks calmer, but also more resilient. Raised beds tend to dry out faster and, lose nutrients more easily. Compost added once or twice a year just cannot keep up. Surface feeding protects the soil, reduces evaporation, and, continuously replenishes organic matter. Beds become darker and more crumbly each season, without any digging. The soil, quite remarkably, builds itself. Large containers, let's say 5 to 10 gallons or even more, respond extremely well to surface feeding. A thin cardboard layer topped with straw, it reduces watering needs and feeds those helpful microbes. This pairs perfectly with perennial peppers and long-season crops. Move containers to shelter in cold weather, and actually, soil life stays active for much longer. Mulched, surface-fed soil absorbs water instead of repelling it. Moisture moves slowly downward, staying available longer. This reduces stress on plants and prevents nutrient leaching. Consistent moisture unlocks mineral movement. Plants like peppers, tomatoes, and squash demand steady nutrition. Instead of compost teas every week, surface feeding provides constant access to nutrients. If additional feeding is needed, compost tea can be used lightly. A simple compost tea uses 1 cup of finished compost or worm castings steeped in 1 gallon of water for 12 hours, then diluted 1:1 before application. Digging destroys fungal networks that transport nutrients between soil particles and plant roots. When soil is left undisturbed, these networks expand. Surface feeding protects them instead of breaking them apart. Healthy soil is built from the top down. Well, cardboard blocks light. You see, mulch prevents germination, and as a result, weeds lose their advantage without the need for chemicals or labour. Over time, weed seeds fail to sprout, and soil becomes, easier to manage. This alone saves countless hours. When plants are harvested regularly, roots continue feeding soil organisms. As roots die back, they become organic matter underground. Soil improves from both directions. Living roots build living soil. Compost is a product. Surface feeding is a process. One ends when the pile is empty. The other never stops working. Soil becomes richer every season without resetting. This is how ancient agricultural systems survived for centuries. The goal is not to make compost. The goal is to feed soil life. Once that becomes clear, effort drops while results increase. Lazy gardening is not careless. It is informed. If your compost pile feels like work, that is because it is. Soil does not need perfection. It needs consistency and protection. Surface feeding delivers both without stress. If this changed how you think about composting, subscribe to Nature's Blueprint for more proven low-effort methods that work with nature instead of against it. Share this with someone still turning piles every weekend.